I'd like to welcome everyone to Showers Antiquities Preview number 3. This will be for our May 15 auction, and I will go over each of the lots, starting with lot number 1. In each of the auctions, we'll be using a 5-minute timer, and we will show you what that looks like by setting that up here in the corner of the screen shortly, as soon as we have an opportunity. Starting right now, lot number 1 will be a series of travel-related pennants. Looking at these quickly, with more details coming the day of the auction. We have a series of more than 10 different travel-related pennants from around the country and abroad. We have right here a 1930s Richmond, Virginia pennant, a lower grade early Buffalo sewn-on letters pennant, a pennant from Canada, circa 1920s. We got the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania Capitol cloth pennant, Sunbury, Pennsylvania pennant, Boston, Massachusetts, many more that we haven't looked at, and a great early Gettysburg pennant with General Meade on it. That will be lot number 1 in our May 15 auction, which will be the 3rd auction for Showers Antiquities. Lot number 2 will be a series of old photographs, military, farm machinery, family photos, early cabinet photos, small size, mostly similar in size in the 5x7 range. Series of old photos, probably guesstimate of around 30, with more of an exact number coming the day of the auction with all of these photos here. Lot number 3, as we look at the eventual timer clock that we use in our auctions we want to be approximately 5 minutes long, depending on how many bidders we have. If we don't have as many bidders as usual, we will shorten that timer down to 3 minutes if need be. So whoever is winning at that time will be the high bidder in the auction. Next item, which is lot number 3, is a series of early farmers' ledgers and pocketbooks. Lebanon, Pennsylvania Fertilizer Works, multiple pieces, Boss Fertilizer, all sold for one price. Next week, May 15th, 2021. Lot number 4 is a series of new old stock product labels ranging from the 1920s up through the 1960s. Many different labels. Great early tomato label there. Star Pack, cantaloupes, fruits and vegetables, hair, vigor, early tomato, and many other decorative early labels. That will be lot number 3 coming up next week. I'm sorry, that is lot number 4. Excuse me. Lot number 5, the next lot will be a series of what we call tchotchkes, small pieces that have been accumulated over the years and bought at sales, taken out of house calls, etc., which Showers Antiquities has participated in for quite a few years, and these are out of our warehouse and stock from years ago. Here is a series of small tchotchkes to include a Jack and Jill circa 1910 tin litho plate, early Breeders Association pinback button, items in their original boxes, different things, small tin soldiers, Hopalong Cassidy, cowboy, medals, camel lighter, and many other items. Lot number 6 will be a series of color illustrated sheet music, and approximately 30 pieces here, but these are tremendous in their graphics. The first one on top being Al Jolson, famous for his Mammy series, circa 1910. This sheet music here Here's Al Jolson. Then we have a great early shot of early farm machinery. And we then have Bing Crosby, John Philip Sousa, La Vida, great decorative covers. A large quantity of these, I'd say roughly 20 to 30 of these with an exact count coming in next week's auction, which is going to be held on May 15th from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, lot number 7, which we're jumping into, is a great lot of early baseball cards, starting with 1947 Bond Bread, going to 1963 Topps, 1962 Topps, 61 Topps, 1954 Topps, and more 1954 Topps. Approximately 51 pieces of vintage baseball cards, nice looking baseball cards, being sold for one price on May 15th. Lot number 8 is a series of vintage beer coasters, beer advertising coasters. Most of them are different, very few duplicates of any. There's a grand total of what we believe to be roughly 46 pieces here, including Rupert Beer, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Sunshine Beer, awesome display, F&S beer from Shamokin, Furman and Schmidt, English Ale, tremendously colorful advertising vintage beer coasters, Peel's Beer, and many others coming up next week. Lot number 9 for the Showers Antiquities auction of May 15th, starting at 1 p.m., will be a series of collectors NHRA, National Hot Rod Association patches. And we have these in an order here. I will show you what we're looking at. We're looking at starting in the 90s and working up into the early 2000s. All of the collector's patches in order for the National Hot Rod Association. Mint condition, new old stock, high-end NHRA patches. Lot number 10, we switch our thoughts to a series of vintage ink blotters for Peanuts, sign painting, Daisy brand, ice creams, medical, Bond Bread, the U.S. Malt Company, approximately 22 different vintage ink blotters, Blue Coal with the advertising owl, 2 of those. Ripley's Believe It or Not, and a very early interwoven socks advertising ink blotter in full color. We look forward to having you tune in and bid with us a week from today, May 15th. Lot number 11 is a series of titled vintage military patches. I'll lay those out the best I can at this time, with much more detail coming, of course, and during the auction. Vintage patches labeled 319th Transportation Brigade, etc. 27 total pieces, and we'll be selling them for one price on May 15. Lot number 12, we're going to go back to more pennants, and these are a series of vintage sports pennants, circa 1960s, 1970s, New York Mets, Pittsburgh Steelers, Cincinnati Reds, 1979. I believe it's a total of 9 different pennants. Oakland A's, early 70s, the Fightin' Phillies, the Atlanta Falcons of the National Football League, Hartford Whalers, a team that no longer exists in the NHL, Houston Oilers, and another Philadelphia Phillies vintage pennant. Overall good condition on those. Lot number 13 is one of my personal favorite lots. It's a series of 1972 football patches. Many pieces, to include an early New York Giants baseball pennant, a Houston Astros match cover of the Astrodome, Jack Ham of the Steelers, Pittsburgh Pirates original patches, and more fun stuff here at the bottom. Superman comic booklets, a total of 66 different pieces. Lot number 14 will be a series of bobbleheads we have a grand total here, and I'll hold this closer for you to look at a little better here. The series of bobbleheads, early Los Angeles Dodgers. We also have non-sport fit, such as a mouse bobblehead, Oakland A's, and even former President Bill Clinton bobblehead. Many bobbleheads, all for one price next week. Most of our lots will start in the $20 range with some exceptions, but we figure that our lots are starting at 10% or 20% of the actual value of the pieces altogether. Lot number 15 will be 27 vintage non-sport cards, all original. We do not do reproductions with Showers Antiquities ever. We're strictly original antiques with no reproductions. 1933 Gaudi Indians, 1954 Look and See, and 1936 G-Men, all sold for one price, 27 pieces. Lot number 16 will be our second series of sheet music with Judy Garland on top. The lilacs are in bloom. These are 32 different pieces of sheet music. Egbert the Easter Egg, Parade of the Wooden Soldiers, Lo La Lo, Hawaiian style early piece of sheet music, pre-statehood for Hawaii there, Always in the Heart, and many others in the sheet music category for next weekend, May 15th, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern. Lot number 17 is a series of paperback books, all of an interesting variety. We have the Puppet Masters, Keepers of the Gate, more science fiction, space opera, H.G. Wells' Time Machine, Buck Rogers, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., 1960s TV series, The Martian Way, Invasion from Mars, Green Hills of Earth, and The Invaders. Great science fiction collection of vintage paperback circa 1960s. Lot number 18 will be our first lot in this particular auction of vintage military first day covers. That involves everything from the Civil War Centennial, another Civil War first day cover from 1965, celebrating the 100th anniversary of the end of the Civil War. 20 different first day covers, all military related. Battle of the Wilderness, General Eisenhower, General Marshall, the American Revolution, 1972, celebration of the anniversary of American Revolution, along with the original canceled stamps on the envelope celebrating this particular moment in American history. Shiloh, Bunker Hill, U.S. Marine Corps Reserve, and many more. We look forward to auctioning that off for one price a week from today on May 15th at 1 p.m. Notice our timer again in the upper corner. We will be using that. Either set it for 5 minutes or 3 minutes, depending on how many bidders we currently have involved for next week. Here is a large collection of vintage Topps coins in lot number 19. We have Warren Spahn, Juan Marichal. We also have Frank Robinson, Phil Niekro, and many other Hall of Famers and stars in here, all being sold for one price. That was lot number 19. Lot number 20 is a series of real photos, miniature CDVs, circa 1860s to 1880s for a lot of these. And we just grabbed this one particular box of miniature size CDVs with interesting shots of children, adults. Here is a tintype in the original paper frame, and many other CDVs and small photographs that will be sold as one price next week, and that would be lot number 20. Now in lot number 21, we have a series of vintage non-sports wrappers. As you can see at Showers Antiquities, we're always looking for unique and collectible fun items, and we mix it up for you as much as possible to develop clients that are interested in many different things. This is one of my favorite lots, is the graphicness of 42 different non-sport wrappers over the years. Mutant Ninja Turtles, the TV show Dallas, skateboarders, always popular Star Wars. One of my favorites, the Awesome All-Stars, and more Star Wars involved in this. Return of the Jedi, Raiders of the Lost Ark, The Empire Strikes Back, Mork and Mindy, the original Superman, 1974 comic book heroes, and many more. Looking forward to selling these to you May 15th. Lot number 22 is a series of travel decals. By the way, we're going to have a total of 36 lots in our auction on May 15th. These travel decals actually come in their original mailing envelopes. As you can see, some of them are risque for different states. This one actually is for Silver Springs Underwater Garden in Florida. We have one here for Oregon. I'll show you the colorfulness once you pull them out of the original cellulene envelopes. You can see just how colorful these particular decals are and highly collectible in the travel collecting field. Lot number 23 will be a massive accumulation of vintage non-sports cards with lots of stars and Hall of Famers. These are lower grade cards averaging poor to fair, condition, I think, overall, with some that are much better. Lou Brock, Johnny Bench, just pulling out a few. Hall of Famer Willie Lanier, Hall of Famer Jim Langer in football, many different ball cards from the 50s, 60s, and 70s primarily here to be looked at. And I don't know, what hidden treasures may lie within. Bought this as one lot. We believe we have approximately 400 to 450 pieces here of vintage non-sport, actually sports cards. Thank you. Lot number 24 will be our second lot of what I like to call tchotchkes. We have an early Coca-Cola opener, a Conoco Travel Club decal. A Mrs. Casey wants to know Parker Brothers game. A early whistle, locks. One has the key with it here on these locks. Here's an early, very sturdy Yale lock. Washington, D.C. leather encased cards. Risque Girls on covers. Approximately 18 pieces in this lot of tchotchkes and smalls. Parker Brothers game circa 1920. Also, heading into lot number 25, we really switch gears here. We have a grouping of vintage buckles, mostly fraternal order buckles from around the country with the names of the towns on them. We believe we have 22 different here. This is the Utah Commandery, the Ascalon Commandery, Los Angeles, California Commandery, all these different buckles. The Apollo Commandery, we'll sell these for one price next week. Lot number 26 is yet another colorful and varied lot. In the mid-1960s, companies would hand out or sell their soap in the stores in Soakies. This is a colorful grouping of the Soakies right here with Pluto, Theodore, Alvin, Porky Pig, Jiminy Cricket, Donald Duck, probably Mickey Mouse, not sure on that one. But here's a series, one duplicate in here with Pluto. But we have a total of 8 Soakies, all available for one price. Lot number 27 is our second lot of vintage advertising ink blotters. As you can see, these ink blotters have great detail and design to them. Shoe repairing, United Hotels with early cars, great shots of early advertising, approximately 41 or so different vintage ink blotters with great early graphics. A great buy for someone looking to resell and piece them out carefully and making good money off of them. Here's some Goodrich High Press leather boots in the ink blotter advertising. Lot number 28 will be our third lot of vintage pennants. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, circa 1920s. The Natural Bridge of Virginia, Monticello, the Pocono Mountains of Pennsylvania, Niagara Falls, 1970, Upper Canada Village. We'll have approximately 14 different nice-looking travel pennants in this lot alone. Again, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Steamtown, USA, and Vermont, West Point Military Academy, the Air Force Museum, the Southern District Band of Millersburg, Pennsylvania, 1953, Hershey, Pennsylvania Sports Arena, circa 1950s, Philadelphia, the Bicentennial of Liberty, 1976, advertising pennant in full color, also Boston College, great early college football pennant. Lot number 29 will be our second lot and large grouping of approximately 450 pieces of baseball and football cards, all vintage, 1970 Topps, Darryl LaMonica. Let's see some of the stuff we have in here. 1969 Topps baseball, early Kellogg's issues, even has a couple non-sport cards in here. Hall of Famer Mick Tingelhoff in football, 1959 Kansas City Athletics team card, and many others. Not sure how many great cards are in there. Lot number 29. Lot number 30, we go from baseball cards to non-sport cards. One of my favorite lots in the auction right here. We have 24 pieces of 1930s to early 1950 non-sport cards. Rare World War gum put out by, I believe, the Gowdy Gum Company. Also, War News Pictures put out in the mid-30s. Hopalong Cassidy, early 1950s. War cards from the early 40s. And 1930s non-sport cards with airplanes, Skippy, etc. A great variety where you can either collect them or resell them for more money. Lot number 31, we go back to an outstanding lot of vintage Boston Red Sox baseball cards. And some of these pages, I believe, have cards on the back of them also. A total of 48 pieces overall was our count on these. You have 1957, 58, 66, and 1974. Great lot of vintage Boston Red Sox baseball cards. Lot number 32, we switched the gears to a New York Mets program from 1971. And all in all, a total of 14 different pieces here. We have actually Kobe Bryant, an early card of Kobe on uncut sheets of cards here. Another Kobe Bryant, another Kobe Bryant, and yet another Kobe Bryant, and many other great cards on uncut sheets. The great thing about this lot is it keeps on giving. Is 1971 New York Mets, as we mentioned, Mia Hamm on a Wheaties box. Then we have a full box, unopened, with no contents in it, just a box with Michael Jordan Collector's Edition on this. We also have a Michael Jordan box here, a different Michael Jordan box here, and yet another different Michael Jordan box of Wheaties in really nice condition overall. That'll be lot 32 next week in our Showers Antiquities auction. Lot number 33 is a series, again, of vintage military patches, of which the majority are identified. For example, the 2nd Signal Brigade, subdued combat colors, 7th Division, 50th Military Intelligence, many different many different military covers, all to be sold, military patches, all to be sold for one price on May 15th at 1 p.m. Lot number 34 is a fascinating lot of new, old stock Oddfellows, International Order of Oddfellows, garb, never used, never worn. Official hats for the Oddfellows with the original pinback button circa 1920. We have approximately 5 of those, and also at least another 5 or so of the sashes that went over the Oddfellows in their collection. These are made out of cloth and very interesting. Never used, new old stock Oddfellows garb. Lot number 35 will be our last lot of official sheet music, original sheet music. Bing Crosby. We have 29 different pieces of this. We have James Cagney and Yankee Doodle Dandy, one of my personal favorites here. Great cover to that. Frank Sinatra, a young Frank. Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland, childhood sweethearts, circa 1930s or 40s. Another Frank Sinatra, and it just keeps coming with lots of fascinating sheet music colors. Those are complete sheet music booklets, not just the covers. They're all there. And the last lot of our May 15th auction at 1 p.m. will be lot number 36. And this is a series, a big box full of approximately 380 plus pieces of non-sports card memorabilia, ranging from looking like the 60s and 70s. Of different non-sports cards. We'll go into greater detail and show you those a lot more closely coming next weekend at our auction, May 15th, with Showers Antiquities. The details can be found all here on these 2 pages. We'd like you to check out the information, how you can subscribe to our auctions. If we continue to improve in our auctions, we'll continue to have them. And we haven't scratched the surface of our inventory and what we can show you. We look forward to having you subscribe. We want you to be our friend and participate in our auctions. And we want you to buy stuff and be able to sell you stuff at good prices. We look forward to having you. One last reminder, it is May 15th for this auction. And it'll start at 1 p.m. and could run anywhere from 3 to 4 p.m. Eastern. During that auction, we'll use a 5-minute timer and could actually shorten the timer down to 2 or 3 minutes per item, depending on how many subscribers are tuned in at the time and bidding. All of our items are shipped free to you. There are no shipping charges. The bid process is such, starting at $20 on most line items or lots that we sell will be starting at $20. And at $20, we will have $2 increments up to $50. And then after that, $5 increments up to $100. After $100, we'll have $10 increments. You can place a bid as our auction goes on. And we will see all the bidding live and let you know that we have received your bid. Once the timer goes off, to the best of our ability, we will award the item to the person that bid last. We encourage you to bid early and bid often. That way you're not caught at the end and get sniped out by someone else that ends up getting that particular item. We will be as fair as possible concerning this, wanting no problems whatsoever. Again, these are the way that you can subscribe and tune into our auctions with Showers Antiquities. The next auction we plan after auction 3 will be not sure yet, actually. Possibly looking at a Monday night or a Wednesday night. We're not sure, but we will let you know as soon as possible. But this will be our 3rd Saturday auction. And we are preparing right now, actually, for May 8th auction, which will take place today at 1 p.m. But the auction preview you saw was for May 15th, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And looking at auctions 4 and 5, we're potentially looking at Monday, May 17th and Wednesday, May 19th. We will send out previews for each of those auctions and let you know all the specifics. Again, everyone from Showers Antiquities says thank you.